There's a brand spanking new racer on the track and it's tearing up the rulebook. Project Cars ditches the progression-based, grinding XP system so common in console racing games and throws everything it has at players right from the get-go with a sandbox experience that allows you to dive straight into any type of race and choose any track or car you like without the need to unlock content. It's a brave move by developer Slightly Mad Studios to move away from such a tried and tested formula, but it actually works rather well. Though Project Cars occasionally lacks that satisfying feeling of achievement you get from unlocking new content or progressing through the ranks, it does give you complete freedom to forge your own story and carve out your own experiences, while cutting out the stuffy content that essentially just gets you to where you actually wanted to be in the first place. Project Cars is a racing simulator, complete with real-world variables such as tyre wear and grip, fuel usage, car damage and suspension settings. Like any racing sim, it requires players to have an understanding of car handling in the real world. However, on its easiest setting, with automatic gears, no vehicle degradation and all assists turn on, it feels easy enough to pick up and play, with the main lesson being that you need to take it a little easy around the corners. Simply put, you're not going to be drifting around these corners Need for Speed style. Whack the difficulty up a notch, remove assists and switch to manual gears, and Project Cars takes on a whole new demeanour, with its expert setting catering for the core racing sim audience who understand how to tune a car for maximum performance. In the higher difficulty settings or in the online arena, it's pretty safe to say you're going to be left behind if you don't get a grip of the basics in car tuning. In Project Cars, you see, there are no upgrades available, so the only way to improve your performance of your car is by tweaking its parameters. Indeed, petrol heads are well served here with car porn delivered by the handful in the sheer amount of tracks, cars and customisation options. The latter allows players to fiddle around with the likes of brake tuning, tyre pressure and balance between the front and rear of the car. There's also the option to set up pit stop strategies, change your HUD layout and tweak almost any aspect of race day. Project Cars is built around realism, and its challenge comes from understanding how your car handles, amending your strategies based on weather conditions and track layouts, and learning how to get the most out of your ride. From the menu, players are presented with 4 choices: career, solo, online and driver network. With 65 plus cars on offer from the outset, it's fantastic to be able to just jump into your favourite vehicles, though it's a little disappointing to see the omission of some major brands like Ferrari and Lamborghini. Though Project Cars doesn't offer a GT quality range of vehicles, it does cover virtually every base, from the Caterham Superlight R500 and its impressive 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, to the growling McLaren P1 and its twin turbocharged V8 engine. There's European GT cars, retro tourers, Le Mans prototypes and much more on offer, and you can view them in all their stat-filled glory in My Garage before you make your choice. Indeed, Project Cars is all about choice, not to mention a fair amount of experimentation. The track list certainly doesn't fail to impress either, with fan favourites Monza, Nürburgring and Hockenheimring swelling the roster to a massive 110 courses. Each track is faithfully recreated with correct elevations, turns and stadia, mimicking their real-world counterparts. This really means there's something for everyone, from long road courses with elevation changes like Willow Springs International, to the likes of Sakito in Japan with its figure-8 track and infamous Ferris wheel towering in the background. The attention to detail is quite astonishing. Meanwhile, the career mode is packed with progression tracks, from the Tier 1 LMP1 Championship through to the Tier 8 kart races. Each option offers something a little different in terms of the cars you drive and the type of races you partake in, and once you complete one season you can dive in and try something else. Despite the sandbox structure, there are some overall historic goals that can be completed too. These range from Zero to Hero, inspired by Lewis Hamilton's career, which tasks players with winning the LMP1 World Championship, to Triple Crown, where players need to win 3 championships in 3 motorsport disciplines. Though this gives those who need it some initial focus on what to aim for, rather than just being thrown into a mass of options wondering where they should begin, the beauty of Project Cars is that it doesn't have any limitations. Being able to experiment and enjoy whatever you wish from the outset is a huge bonus. The career mode is supplemented with a dashboard that keeps you up to date with news from other events, a digital magazine of sorts. There's also feedback to spur you on and tips from the in-game engineer to take on board, as well as a calendar of events for each season to dip into. Bizarrely, there's also a fake social media aspect to the dash, where your fans tweet messages which get more fanatical and creepy as you gain in reputation. We found this edition a little pointless, but apart from that, the dashboard acts as an attractive hub of information that keeps you up to date intuitively with your progress, and provides a well laid out overview of your current status. Even without any traditional XP or levelling system, Project Cars does provide rewards via accolades, like winning championships or stretch goals like 30 career podiums. You can even unlock special events this way via private invites, or be courted by other teams. The main reward in Project Cars, however, comes from mastering the tracks and tinkering with your rides to get the most out of them, shaving precious seconds off your laps. On the track, Project Cars takes a lot of mastering. Car handling starts off feeling a little stiff, punishing you for the slightest mistake and teaching you quickly to respect bumps, rumble strips and corners. After remembering that I was playing Drive Club, I started being more cautious coming into corners, understanding the need to let my foot off the throttle earlier rather than braking abruptly in order to glide around corners. Indeed, recovering from an oversteer takes a lot of time, far more than we've seen in other racing games. Learning to adapt and constantly iterate on your best times is what it's really all about. On the track, Project Cars certainly captures the speed, handling and authenticity of race day through the cars you drive, but in opponent AI things start to go a little downhill. Project Cars still seems like a work in progress in that respect, with a number of issues giving me cause for concern. Crashes and minor scrapes with other cars, for instance, lack any inconsistency. 1 second a small nudge at low speed can send you spinning off the track if another car catches your tail side, yet in the same race when I attempted a side-on smack, the opponent simply ghosted straight through me. AI behaviour can be a little strange too. During pat starting grids on some courses, they'll bunch up around the first corner and get tangled up like novices, holding up everyone behind them. I also found myself sticking like a magnet to the back of some cars for a few seconds around corners, which felt like some sort of glitch as I struggled to shake them off. Graphics on the other hand are consistently great, with strong reflections, bloom effects and weather transitions on par with Drive Club. The track detail is magnificent with realistic backdrops adding to the authenticity of racing on familiar tracks. The use of lighting of vibrant colours is, however, both impressive and disappointing. While the sun casts impressive shadows over the tracks and the day and night cycle brings a level of realism to the races, the night races occasionally suffer due to the lack of lighting around some courses, which makes it unnecessarily difficult to navigate. Meanwhile, though car interiors look stunning in detail, some exteriors, specifically while using the third person cam, are so colourful that some vehicles come off looking a little cartoony. Project Cars isn't quite the complete package as it stands right now, with my main gripe being the performance of enemy AI and some of the glitches I've encountered. Nevertheless, it does feel like it's built for a long-term audience, a community-focused racer that will no doubt keep on growing and improving. And Project Cars actually turns out to be more accessible than you might think in terms of the way cars handle on the easiest setting. But rest assured, this is a racer designed for the core simulation fans. With so much on offer from the outset, the sandbox approach is refreshing, while its scenery and track design never fails to impress. The cars are a lot of fun to drive too, and the challenge of tuning your car and nailing a track to perfection is as addictive as racing games get. While Project Cars doesn't quite roar past the championship finisher line in a blaze of glory, it feels ready to burst out the qualifiers onto the main scene. For more on the latest PlayStation games, check out psu.com.